He's Big Papi. He's David Ortiz. Big cuts, starting with the commissioner. Like if Mike Trout is jumping in, if Justin Turner is saying things like, quote, at this point, the only thing devaluing that trophy is that it says commissioner on it. If John Lester is calling the commissioner, quote, someone that has never played our game. If LeBron James is jumping into the fight and tweeting, listen here, baseball commissioner, then you know David Ortiz is going to have something good. Papi, let it rip. Tell us what you really think about the commissioner, and do not hold back. I mean, given how this guy has handled the entire situation and what he has said recently, he literally has all of this coming to him, Papi. So do what you do, big man. Lay this sucker out. And you know, Big Papi, he just spent about 30 minutes at the bat rack selecting his weapon. Now it's time to swing it. What do you got, big dog? Let the old man have it.
I feel bad for him because, you know, people asking questions like he was the one who started this shit up. No, man, you know, like I'm here to make sure that you guys as a fan, like I see players trying to tell him what he need to do. Hey, he don't tell you how to hit or how to pitch. So let him do his job, you know. He gonna do what is best for the game.
Wait, what? Are you talking about the commissioner? Was that Big Papi talking about Rob Manfred? That's like the biggest record scratch ever. David Ortiz rushing in to defend the commissioner when every other player is looking to destroy the commissioner. That is weird. Really weird. And not the good kind of weird. And it only got even more weird as Big Papi continued to speak.
He's good at making decisions, but people need to chillax. People need to let him do his job. Players need to let him do what he thinks is better for the game and for everything else. You know what I'm saying? And stop putting him on the spot and telling him what to do.
All right, clones, help me out on this. I need your help on this because recently I had a pretty nasty ear infection. And truth be told, nobody gives a damn. But if you're listening to me right now, I think it's coming back somehow, some way. And by the way, I had like 10 days of meds. And you can't kill whatever it is floating around right now. Anyway, I did have a pretty nasty ear infection. So help me with this because I really couldn't hear anything at all for the better part of 2 weeks. So help me. Did David Ortiz just tell everybody to, quote, chillax?
To chillax.
Somebody just used the word chillax.
Chillax.
And did he use it in reference to the commissioner of baseball? What? As if? And not? Didn't want any of that.
Not.
Hey, dudes, back off the commissioner. He's the bomb. The commissioner's balling. He's doing some sick things. It's about time you got on board the fresh train with the commissioner. And y'all just chillax.
Chillax.
Man, I don't know what's more ridiculous. Somebody using the word chillax in 2020? Or somebody defending the commissioner in 2020? Or somebody defending the commissioner in 2020 by telling everybody to chillax?
Chillax.
That is one of the most disappointing takes ever, big fella. And how about this notion that people shouldn't be, quote, putting him on the spot and telling him what to do? Something else that David Ortiz actually said. My man, with respect, when you are the commissioner, you're always on the spot. It's your job. It's what you signed up for. It's what they're paying you a lot of money to do. And you shouldn't need people telling you what to do. You should already know what to do. And the only reason people are telling him what to do is because he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's running around, having press conferences, doing interviews, and making the entire thing worse. Manfred mishandled the entire situation from the jump and then made it even worse by misreading the entire mood of the sport and then reducing the World Series trophy to, quote, a piece of metal.
Piece of metal.
Papi, people are telling him what to do because he's made a bad situation even worse, and everybody is pissed. Except Papi, he wasn't done. In fact, Unfortunately, he was only getting started.
The commissioner, Manfred, has been legit since day one. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it's fair for everyone pitching him, question and blame him on things.
I mean, my man's got to be trolling us so hard. It's a joke, right? The commissioner has been legit since day one? It's not fair to question him and blame him? Are you kidding me with that? The commissioner could not have butchered this any worse than he did. Of course he should be questioned. Of course he should be blamed. No, he wasn't the one cheating, but he was the one in charge of investigating the cheating and communicating what he found to everybody when he investigated the cheating, and he jacked it all up. The hell are you talking about, Poppy? Are we talking about the same guy? Are we talking about the same sport? Are we talking about the same cheating scandal? What a weird take from David Ortiz. And yes, I do know the commissioner had Ortiz's back when he retired and said the 2003 PED survey results should not be considered when it comes to Hall of Fame voting. I'm guessing maybe Ortiz really appreciated that and he wants to have the commissioner's back right now. Or maybe it's a matter of Ortiz just trying to soften up or butter up the commissioner before the league releases its investigation into the Red Sox. Or it could just be a really weird take from David Ortiz because he had a number of those, including this one on Mike Fiers.
I'm mad at this guy, the pitcher that came out talking about it, and let me tell you why. Oh, after you make your money, after you get your ring, you decide to talk about it? Why don't you talk about it during the season when it was going on? Why you didn't say, I don't want to be no part of? Oh, now, so you look like a snitch. You know what I mean? Why you got to talk about it after? Well, that's my problem, you know. Why nobody say anything while it was going on?
All right, so his two big takes. The commissioner is doing a great job, and everybody should get off his back, and Fiers is a snitch. Let me read you part of that back. Quote, after you make your money, after you get your ring, you decide to talk about it. Why don't you talk about it during the season when it was going on? Why didn't you say, I don't want to be no part of it? So you look like a snitch. End quote. It's a hell of a take now. I mean, of all the villains in this story, Fiers is not one of them. You might not like this guy personally, but he's not the bad guy here. And moreover, he's not a snitch. You're confusing snitch with whistleblower. They're not one and the same. Whistleblowers are actually a good thing. They shed light on serious problems. The whistleblower is the one who's got the balls to step forward. They're the ones who draw attention to what happened. If Fiers didn't say anything at all, there would not have been this investigation into the Astros, and we would not have learned what happened. And they'd still be cheating, and there would still be an unlevel playing field. Would that be better? Would that be a good thing? I know it would be a good thing for the Astros, but would that be a good thing for every other team and for the sport in general? Let me tell you something. And a lot of you don't believe this, but it's true. The only people who call other people snitches are the people who have something to hide. If Ortiz's beef is with the timing of it and the fact that Fiers didn't say anything while he was with the team and only said it afterwards, then his beef is also with the entire Astros team who never said anything at all. And all the other former Astros who went to other teams and never said anything at all. And it does raise a very obvious question, right? If Ortiz is such a huge proponent of guys speaking out when a problem is happening, where was Ortiz and why was he not speaking out during the PED era? Because I don't remember hearing anything from him at that point. During that, when he was getting paid. What about that? I hate to do this, but I'm about to bring in Jose Canseco, of all people, as the voice of reason on this. Canseco said, quote, Mike Fiers, the truth is never wrong, no matter when you say it. It's never too late for the truth. Big Poppy, I am a fan since the first time I met you in Minnesota, but get off this, kid. You made it through the PED era. End quote. Wow. I mean, I'm not sure that I thought that I was going to say this, but Jose Canseco was right. Fiers isn't a snitch. He's a whistleblower who told the truth and blew the lid off a massive cheating scandal. There are a lot of really bad guys in this, but Fiers isn't one of them. So just chillax on him. In fact, Big Dog, chillax on everything. You're not making any sense at all. So no, we're not turning the page on this yet. Not as long as guys are rushing in with their hot takes. And especially if that hot take includes telling everybody that the commissioner is doing an amazing job and that the rest of us all need to, quote, chillax. Hey, Clones.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean, Clones? Chillax.